The Permanent Mission of Economic Community of West African State, ECOWAS, in the Gambia, convened a day-long brainstorming session on gender inclusion at its headquarters in Fajara. These sessions aim to bolster democracy and advance good governance within the nation. In line with the commemoration of International Women's Day, this event is part of the ECOWAS Permanent Mission Initiative under the theme Inspire Inclusion. Her Excellency Madam Miata Lily French, Head of Missions of ECOMIC in the Gambia, shared a rationale behind their pre-international day meeting in Women in Politics.
Well, I've been here for just over a year and a half, and I've been trying to study the situation in the Gambia. And last year, International Women's Day, we celebrated with the military personnel, the female military personnel of ECOMIC, and sections of the security personnel in country, the police, and this year I wanted to do something different. And I looked at the theme, Inspire Inclusion, and I know that one of the challenges that Gambia has is women in governance. So that was why I decided to look at women in political parties and have a session with them so that they start thinking towards the next round of elections, because one of the things we notice is that people think that, oh, elections is just 6 months before. But we wanted to create the awareness that they need to get started as early as possible. And because we all know for women, we take a lot more time to get into gear so I just wanted to start them thinking and start the ball rolling so that come the next elections, they know exactly what they want to do.
Madam Miata Lily French elaborates on her office's expectation from meeting with journalists. Additionally, she underscored the significance of women representation and decision-making levels.
I witness and I see that there's a lot of women in business, a lot going on in the private sector. I see women in education, I see women in many other sectors. But all of this can be much better when there is political inclusion, because when we are part of governance, then we are part of policy making. And when we are part of policy making, then we can influence so many other things. And one of the things that I would like to see against the next election is a greater number of women in parliament, and then maybe a greater number of women ministers. So today's engagement is for you to start thinking about whether you yourselves want to contest, or start looking out for people who you think can contest, and start building up that momentum towards the election, because women, we need time.
Mrs. Awaba, Desk Officer for the Women's Branch of the Inter-Party Committee, advocates for party leaders to provide opportunities for women to occupy decision-making positions.
We are very proud of ECOWAS. And before I start anything, I have to thank them, the initiative that they took to work with the Women Branch. Their agenda is to see the Gambian women raise their flag high and higher. It's a pity if you know the effort that women contribute in terms of politics. But when there is interest, men will never give them chance. So ECOWAS, we are really proud of you people. What I am saying is Gambian politicians, Gambian men, let them give chance to the women. They know when it is tough, it's the women who will take the lead and they will take the front line. Whenever interest comes, let them remember them to see that they need to enjoy the fruit of their labor.
Meanwhile, Mrs. Musudrame, co-chair of the Women's Branch within the Inter-Party Committee, urges fellow women to set aside political differences to achieve greater female representation in Parliament and local government councils.
Now what we should do is to capitalize on what the ECOWAS have put in place for us and make good use of it, make good plans towards the upcoming elections, and have a very big representative of women in every all council or the parliament or in government, so that we will be part of decision making. Yes, we are all politicians from different parties, but yet still we are all patriotic Gambians who want a better Gambia for our future coming unborn children, and we are doing our best to come together, put all interests aside, politics aside, and join forces to achieve that goal. And our work as the IPC WUBIC branch is to make sure that goal is achieved.
The 1997 Constitution and other applicable laws of the Gambia, such as Women's Act 2010, contain broad provision aimed at bolstering women political participation and representation. the Gambia stands out as one of the few African countries that have implemented dedicated legislation to incorporate the provisions of both CEDAW and the Maputo Protocol into the domestic law with the aim of empowering women. However, despite the existence of these international and domestic laws, women's representation in the Gambia remains notably low. Reporting for Ketfadu, I am Mustafa Kamara.